Hello Year 7, this is Miss Nurhan. Today we're going to talk about the fourth topic in Term 3. According to the syllabus plan, unit number 4, variation and classification, the fifth topic in it, classifying vertebrates. So our lesson objectives today are: number 1, to identify the 5 classes of vertebrates; number 2, to explore the characteristics of each class, and the keywords are classes, vertebrates, and limbs. To talk about classifying plants, we need to remember the Linnaeus system of taxonomic classification. In this system, Carl Linnaeus divided the living organisms into 7 groups, which are kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. We have already talked about kingdom, phylum, and species. Today we are going to explore a new word in this diagram, which is class. Phylum is divided into smaller group called class. The organisms in the class group are classified according to very important and more detailed similarities. Class group is ranking below phylum and above order. Okay, as you can see here in this diagram, the animal kingdom is divided into 2 main groups or 2 main phyla, which are vertebrates and invertebrates. The vertebrates are divided into 5 classes, and today our talking will be mainly on these 5 classes. Okay, what do you mean by vertebrates? Vertebrates are animals with backbone or spine, but invertebrates are animals without backbone or spine. Vertebrates are classified into 5 classes, which are fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Let's talk about fish. Fish are vertebrates. Their skin is covered with scales. They breathe using gills. They lay eggs in the water. And here in this diagram, we have a sardine fish which has scales on its body. It has fins and gills. This is a skeleton of a fish which has a backbone. The second group, amphibians, like frogs, toads, newts, and salamanders. Amphibians have 4 limbs, and limbs here means hands and legs. Okay? They lay eggs in the water. The young are called tadpoles and developed in the water where they breathe using gills. This means the young of the frogs are called tadpoles and they are developed in the water, so they are breathing with gills. But the adults live on land and breathe using lungs. They have smooth skin without scales. Here we have a picture of a tree frog, which is specialized with moist skin without scales. Okay, and this is a skeleton of frog which has backbone. The third group, reptiles, like crocodile, dinosaurs, snakes, and tortoise. Reptiles have dry scaly skins. They lay eggs on the land. Most of them have 4 legs, although snakes have lost their legs. Some of them live on the land, but some, such as crocodile, live in the water. And this is a skeleton of snake which has backbone along its body. The fourth group here is birds, which have wings. They lay eggs on land. Their bodies are covered with feathers. They have 2 legs and they have a beak. And this is a skeleton of a bird which has backbone. The fifth group here, mammals, like elephant, tiger, cow, giraffe, monkey, wolf. We as humans are mammals. And whale. Whale also is a mammal, and today we are going to know why are we classify whale as a mammal. Mammals have hair. They give birth to live young. They feed their young on milk from the mother. And this is the skeleton of a wolf which has backbone. Let's have a look on question 2, page 63 in the course book. Decide which group of vertebrates each of these animals belong to. Give a reason for each of your decision. Here we have tiger, ostrich, whale, toad, lizard, and sea turtle. And last one, mud skipper. I'm not going to answer with you this question. You are going to answer alone within 2 minutes. You need to decide which group of vertebrates each of these animals belong to, and also to give a reason for each of your decision. You have 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I will come to check with you. Okay, the time is over. The first animal here is tiger. As you can see, tiger, its body is covered with hair. So this is a special feature which is specialized the mammals. So tiger is a mammal because it has hair on its body. The second animal, ostrich. As you can see here, ostrich has a beak, 2 legs. Its body is covered with feathers. It has 2 wings, so it is classified as a bird. The third animal, toad. As you can see here, toad has a skin without scales and it has a moist skin. It lays its egg in the water, so it is classified as amphibian. The fourth animal here, whale. Whale is classified as a mammal. Why? Because it gives birth to live young and feeds them on milk. So it is classified as a mammal. Okay, the next animal we have here, lizard. Lizard has 4 limbs and also it has scaly skin. So it is classified as a reptile. Sea turtle, it has also scaly skin and it has 4 limbs, so it is classified as a reptile. The last animal, mud skipper, as you can see it has fins and it has scaly skin, so it is classified as a fish.
Let's look at the characteristics that make an animal a fish. Fish live in the water, and they can breathe underwater. They use gills, not lungs, to get oxygen from the water around them. Fish have scales and fins. They are cold-blooded, which means that they cannot control their own body temperature, which changes based on the temperature of the environment around them. Most fish also lay eggs. Amphibians are a group of animals that include frogs, toads, newts, salamanders, and more. Amphibians, like fish, are cold-blooded. Unlike fish, amphibians can live on land and in the water, and have smooth, moist skin. Amphibians lay their delicate jelly-covered eggs in the water. When the eggs hatch, the young may not look much like their parents, because some amphibians must go through metamorphosis, or a big change, to become adults. Aside from some fish, amphibians are the only vertebrates that undergo metamorphosis. Reptiles you might know are turtles, snakes, crocodiles, and lizards. Like fish and amphibians, reptiles are cold-blooded. Unlike them, reptiles are air-breathing animals and cannot breathe underwater. Even reptiles that live in the water must come to the surface to breathe. You can tell if an animal is a reptile instead of an amphibian if it has dry, scaly skin. Most reptiles lay eggs, but they are very different from the eggs of amphibians or fish. Their eggs are laid out of the water and have a protective shell. For the most part, reptile eggs have soft, leathery shells. Birds are easy to recognize. They are the only type of animals in the world to have feathers. Like reptiles, birds can only breathe air. All birds have 2 legs, and all birds also have wings, but not all birds fly. Unlike fish, amphibians, and reptiles, birds are warm-blooded. That means that they can maintain a constant body temperature. Birds lay eggs, but unlike the eggs of reptiles, birds' eggs have hard shells. The last group of animals we are going to talk about is mammals. Mammals are the group of animals that humans belong to. Like birds, mammals are warm-blooded and breathe air. Even mammals that live in water must come to the surface to breathe. All mammals have at least some fur or hair, although some have less than others. Almost all mammals give birth to live young instead of laying eggs, and all mammals feed their babies milk.
Today we talked about the animal kingdom, which is divided into 2 main groups, which are vertebrates and invertebrates. We talked about vertebrates group, which has organisms have backbone, and these vertebrates are classified into 5 classes, which are fish, amphibians, snakes, birds, and mammals. Now we reach to the end of our lesson. Hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. See you next time. Stay safe.